The Prime Minister there glowing after a historic victory. As I said, he'll get a standing ovation when he enters Parliament. His messaging, Rajdeep, always spot on. He knew where to punch. He says, don't be so negative, don't disrupt Parliament. Let's do our job in a spirit of cooperation and positivity.
And look at the transformation. Normally, before the session, it's about a minute at best that the Prime Minister speaks. Generally, just a perfunctory statement. Today, he chose to use the occasion to reflect on yesterday's results and also send a message for the future.
No, but how can the
opposition... Even going up to 2047.
No, but what will the opposition do now to disrupt, right? I mean, if they act petulant and start disrupting proceedings today, that would be very out of line.
Look, day one, controversy number one. On the table of Parliament, the ethics panel report of Vijay Sonkar to be tabled, which is calling for the expulsion of Mahua Moitra.
Correct.
That's going to result in the first trigger point. I mean, it will be tabled the moment it's discussed, or if it comes up for discussion in the days ahead, there will be a potential trigger point. The Trinamool Congress now expected to stand by Mahua. Mamata Banerjee has already indicated her solidarity. The opposition may stand by her, so you'll have a trigger point.
How would Mamata be decoding yesterday's verdict?
Look, I think for all the regional parties, Rahul, yesterday's verdict is, for all the regional allies of the India Alliance, it is I told you so moment. You know, they've been claiming that the Congress first has to show the ability to take on the BJP in direct fights before dictating terms to us. And as Kaushik said, I think all of them will now say, please leave our own states for us to handle. We will decide how we are going to fight the BJP in our home states. You focus on the 3 or 4 states where you are in a direct fight with the BJP. We'll support you in those states, but get your act together. So conserve your resources, fight 200 to 250 seats, and make an effort to win as many of those. Don't fight 400 seats, spread your resources thinly, come into Bengal, come into Punjab. Focus where you are strong or you believe you have half a chance. I don't know whether the Congress will get that message. Or whether the Congress will again see this as encroachment.
What does this verdict do to the psyche of Rahul Gandhi, who, in the opinion of those around him, seemed to have become a different person post the Bharat Jodo Yatra, more plugged in, more commitment, more on the ball? After his party got pummeled in the heartland, how does this impact his psyche?
You know, lots of Congress people have been sending messages saying, please see our vote share. You know, our vote share is still 40%, we are still 41%, we haven't really diminished, the others benefited the BJP. You know, they're clutching at straws. At the end of the day, the BJP, for example, in Chhattisgarh, has a 10%, almost a 10% vote swing in its favor. And
13%.
13% in Chhattisgarh. In Madhya Pradesh and in Rajasthan, they've significantly improved to the other side. So you may be where you are, but the other side's gone ahead. Now that's clutching at straws to say, no, we are still 40%. In an election which is a 2-horse race, you'll generally be around 38-40%. The other side goes ahead. So the Congress, I don't think, to answer your question, is still clutching at straws. They're going to have to accept that in the Hindi heartland, they don't have the leadership, they don't have the organization, and they don't have the narrative at the moment to challenge the BJP. That's what they should be focusing on the next 4 months. And tell these other smaller parties or the regional parties, please focus on your home states. You handle those states. We'll focus on the Hindi heartland.
We have a few minutes before Parliament's winter session formally begins.